The Phoenix Suns have made a sneaky addition, not to the roster, but to their front office, as Matt Tellem is set to be the assistant general manager, and he's got some great things coming in from this Brooklyn Nets tenure that we got to dive in, break down all of that on this episode of Suns Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. Before we dive in on Matt Tellem and all this great Phoenix Suns news, 95% of you guys who watch our videos are not subscribed. And we'd appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button if you want to make sure you stay up to date with daily Phoenix Suns updates. With all the drama, news from roster movement to front office to what possible trades could this team make leading up to the draft with the 22 overall pick, basically looming and dangling in front of our eyes. We'll have all that news, rumors to break down for you guys. So if you guys enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button as we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here on Suns Digest. Without further ado, though, let's dive into the topic at hand today. Make sure to grab a snack as it's going to be a jam-packed episode. And like I mentioned in the introduction, Matt Tellem, welcome to Phoenix. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw this acquisition a couple days ago. We have a video to break it down for you guys here. Looking at the Suns Reddit, we can see from Gambo that is a deal to make former Nets executive Matt Tellem, the new assistant general manager of the Phoenix Suns, is close to being finalized. Tellem is considered an outside-the-box thinker who will help with the cap, strategy, and pro personnel. He's really good at three-team deals and manipulating the cap, which is huge, and I mean huge, for Phoenix Suns fans. We want to look at the salary cap, the payroll for this squad. We already know Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker going to be making all around $50 million next season, with Grayson Allen already getting that extension at the end of the year, and Royce O'Neal entering free agency, most likely netting him back as well. This team is going to be wrapped up in some tight contracts. And if we already look at the outseason outlook per Bobby Marks, you guys have seen this in a plethora of our videos if you guys have been following, but the Suns already have $209 million committed in salary, which is not great. They're around $20 million over the second apron, and as we know from looking at this salary cap, they're not going to be shedding salary at all. Guys like Royce O'Neal will be back. Grayson Allen will be back next year. Yusuf Nurkic may be one of those tradable contracts alongside Nazir Little. But after that, you look down. Eric Gordon, $3 million. Josh Okogie, $2 million. David Roddy, $2 million. Damian Lee, who didn't even play, $2 million. Drew Eubanks, $2 million. Those are the type of acquisitions that this Suns team is going to have to make. Ones around the edges here, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly with, some of their free agents with their player options and Drew Eubanks, Eric Gordon, Josh Okogie. Bringing some of those guys back to help out, or maybe even bring them back to use them and facilitate them in a trade could be possible. But I think that the Suns are going to be looking at these, around the edge guys and kind of, bring them in. But bringing in Matt Tellem is huge for the Suns squad because, like we've mentioned, he is fantastic at being an outside-the-box thinker, helps with cap, helps with the strategy, and really good at three-team trades, which I personally think that this Suns team is going to need. Like we've mentioned, like we've broken down, this team is a second apron squad, which has a lot of restrictions for this Phoenix Suns team. And we appreciate you guys, dropping those thoughts down below in the comment section, letting us know. But we understand that obviously they cannot, aggregate salaries to do a 3-for-1 deal. They obviously can, not take more salary back than what they're trading out. And those kind of restrictions hinder the Phoenix Suns in a lot of ways. With the salary cap, obviously increasing at the end of the season, with some of these guys being on player options, possibly coming back at a due date, possibly not. The Suns could be, under the second apron or possibly even closely around the second apron where they could do, manipulations with some three-team trades to ultimately free up some roster space, ultimately allow them to go out and get a key piece in trade. And I think that's ultimately what we're going to see this squad do alongside the helps of Matt Tellem. Like we mentioned, really good at three-team deals, and that's something I believe that this Phoenix Suns team needs. If you guys missed our other videos, CJ and I broke down some trades over on with Nazir Little, over with Yusuf Nurkic, as we feel from looking at this payroll that those are kind of some of the only movable contracts for the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker being your star player, signing that extension last offseason, you're not going to want to trade him. Bradley Beal came over in a trade and has a no-trade clause, and after his, not fully healthy season, and not the best season offensively for the Phoenix Suns, even if the Suns look to move off of him, they'd have to attach some draft capital to get off of his contract, and they don't even have that to be able to do that. So I don't see him going anywhere soon. And obviously, Kevin Durant recently brought in to the Phoenix Suns via the Nets. Probably the name that has the most likely to be traded from, the speculation of just his name in general when he gets frustrated not really fitting in with teams. But as we all know, if you guys missed our previous video today, go check it out with CJ and I. We broke down how Matt Ishbia, James Jones has confirmed that the big three is staying in Phoenix. So obviously, none of those three guys will be on the move. But when you think of, some possible guys that could be traded, Nurkic is definitely one of them. Nazir Little is definitely one of them. Once Grayson Allen's contract is tradable, he's going to be making around, he got a 4-year, $70 million extension, so around $18 million. He could be another guy around that $18 million that could be tradable, even if Royce O'Neal signs a contract extension with this Suns team, which he is expected to do around the $12 to $16 million range. That's another tradable contract. So if the Suns are able to possibly get off of guys like Nazir Little, like Jusuf Nurkic, this offseason, before the season starts, that could be huge, giving them some more flexibility, bringing in some different guys, and getting those two tradable contracts kind of off there. But then, when the trade deadline kind of approaches with this new squad, they have the main three with, some different role players or additional playmakers to help out in what the Suns need, regardless if that's a playmaking point guard, a rebounding center, some more 3-and-D wings. Then this team can really see how it's blossoming with the likes of, the big three, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, whoever they trade Nurkic and Little for. And then if it's not working at the trade deadline, if things are not fitting, you then have the movable contracts of Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen to even make some more additions, some more swaps around the deadline. And that ultimately raises the best awareness for me for the Phoenix Suns. I really like this deal. Matt Tellem, like we mentioned, once again, out-of-the-box thinker. Really good at 3-team deals, managing the salary, kind of getting this team back together. Like we mentioned, $209 million already committed. Second apron is $189 million. So they're $20 million over that second apron, and they're not going to be going down any sooner because they're going to have to give Royce O'Neal that extension. Grayson Allen's money is obviously counting. So they're going to be in that restriction for a while. But one thing I want to mention before we close out the video is what I found on Twitter. I thought this was very interesting, where he said that Bud said that we should get a point guard. Matt Tellem's father, Art Tellem, represents Russell Westbrook, who is a player option and could maybe be looking to head somewhere else. Maybe he can talk Russ into heading here the same way the Bartlesteins got Brad here. And I thought that was very, very cool. We obviously know Russ, Kevin Durant don't have the greatest relationship but have played with each other in the past. We obviously know Russ, Bradley Beal played with each other in the past in Washington. One of Russ' kind of really best seasons kind of woke himself up from all that hate culture from the Oklahoma City Thunder and from Houston. So ultimately, bring back Russell Westbrook, a guy who could be on a player option, maybe wasn't really liking his role with the Los Angeles Clippers. They have all their free agency, all their mess to deal with Paul George, James Harden. They might not even bring him back. So bringing in Russ, potential free agent, potential even starting guard, backup guard, could be on the works here. And if Art is going to talk to obviously his son, it could definitely be in the works. I want to know what you guys think down below. I know obviously it'd be a lot of clashing personalities. Obviously Kevin Durant, Russ back together, that'd be kind of crazy. Bradley Beal, Russ together. Obviously we know Russ and Nurkic, not the greatest relationship. So obviously I think that were supposed to happen. I think Nurkic would be out on this deal. And kind of preface that throughout the video that we're kind of foreseeing Nurkic to possibly be used in one of these trades. But yeah, Jusuf Nurkic, Nazir Little, then kind of shopping around the edges, maybe even bring in Russell Westbrook as that point guard, could help out this team and shake them into a new direction. And I personally think that it would be a fantastic fit. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you guys as hyped up about the Matt Tellem signing, coming in, being this assistant general manager, and really getting on the same page with James Jones? I'm hoping that both these guys can come together alongside Coach Budenholzer, alongside Matt Ishbia, and produce one of the best teams that this Suns can produce and coming out of these salary cap, restrictions. And hopefully this team can still be a top contending team in the Western Conference, like Ishbia and like the front office sees and wants with this squad. But like I mentioned, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about Matt Tellem, about possibly even bringing Russell Westbrook in with the Phoenix Suns as a point guard. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And if you guys do enjoy the content, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, as we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here on Suns Digest. We appreciate all the love that you guys have been giving us over the last couple of weeks. We recently hit around 400 subscribers, and I believe 3 weeks of doing uploads, which is absolutely fantastic. You guys are absolutely killing us, showing us the support, so we greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. Once again, I'm Bruce Veliz. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Suns Digest, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Go Phoenix Suns. Peace out, everybody.